100 days to go until the opening ceremonies for the Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. The milestone was marked by a ceremony in which the Olympic torch was officially handed over to Brazil. Lucrecia Franco joins us from Rio. And Lucrecia, still a lot of work ahead, isn't there?
A lot of work, Mike, and also budget cuts to the point that there was no official fanfare here to celebrate the 100-day milestone for the build-up for the Rio 2016 Summer Olympics. The so-called Marvelous City is running against the clock. So let's take a look at the city and the country that will host the first Olympic Games ever to be held in Latin America. After the lighting of the flame in ancient Olympia and a 6-day relay across Greece, the torch will make a stop in Switzerland before starting its journey across Brazil through 26 states, before reaching its final destination, Rio's Maracanã Stadium. Brazil's most iconic city has completed around 98% of the venues for the 2016 Summer Olympics, but workers are still racing to finish a subway expansion and rapid bus lanes to handle the surge.
The last stretch is always the most difficult one. And of course there are challenges, but I think we have shown, the organizing committee has shown in the last year which great progress they made.
Progress that hasn't been optimal in Guanabara Bay, the Olympic sailing venue. It's still contaminated with sewage and debris, but officials say at least 60% of the bay is now clean. And this month, a large wave collapsed a stretch of Rio's seaside bike path, killing at least 2 people. When the Olympic flame arrives in the capital, Brasilia, on May 3rd, the blood sport called Brazilian politics could prove a distraction. President Dilma Rousseff is embroiled in an impeachment process and could be out of office when the Games begin in August. Despite Brazil's turmoil, polls show that 70% of Rio residents support the Olympics. Some say they hope the Games will bring a respite from the country's political tension.
We need to stop with this low mood, thinking that Rio is not okay because of politics. Politics are one thing, the Olympics are another thing.
I
think that Rio didn't get into the mood because of the political crisis, but I think it will, as it did during the World Cup. That was a big party, almost a carnival.
Hundreds of athletes have already been here competing in a final bid to qualify for the Games, while giving the venues a trial run. Based on this preview of what's to come, Brazilian officials say they're confident that South America's first Olympic Games will burn as brightly as the flame that will open the Games on August 5th. And the success of the Games, however, depend on thousands of details and finishing touches that are needed. According to the IOC, the International Olympic Committee officials that were here in Rio visiting and making the last visit before the Games, they say these details actually will make the difference between delivering average Olympic Games or great Olympic Games. And the list is long, but what is not really running smoothly is the political scenario with a political crisis that was not expected, Mike.
Yeah, let me ask you about that. There's even a question who's going to represent. I mean, will Dilma Rousseff still be the president at that time? So how about the political crisis? Are they likely to disrupt the Games?
Well, it's possible that President Rousseff will not be opening the Games on August the 5th, but the local organizers believe that the Games are in a phase that they're so advanced and that there's no turning back. And though there have been demonstrations pro-Rousseff and against her, they have been peaceful. They have been massive, but they have been peaceful. peaceful. And as I said, there's no way to stop the games now from going on. And other thing, there's another factor that it's important, and it is that Rio, despite its troubles and setbacks, well, it's a country that it's a city that's well, absolutely has a vocation to throw big parties like the Carnival, and well, it was did a wonderful job during the World Cup in 2014. Still, there's 100 days to see how this Olympics will unfold, Mike.
Yeah, the work is still underway. Lucrecia Franco, live for us. Thanks so much.